Let's dive into the world of one of nature's most energetic and misunderstood animals, the hare. They're fast, they're furry, and they've got ears that just don't quit. But don't confuse them with their smaller cousins, rabbits. Hares are their own wild story. So buckle up, because we're about to race through the life of the hare, and trust me, they don't go slow. Did you know there are over 30 species of hares across the globe, from the icy tundra of the Arctic hare to the sun-scorched deserts of Africa where the Cape hare roams? Hares have mastered survival in all kinds of wild environments. Their habitats range from grasslands and meadows to rocky hills and even snowy forests. They're tough, adaptable, and love wide open spaces where they can run like the wind. Okay, time for a question everyone asks. What's the difference between a hare and a rabbit? They may look similar, but they are very different. First, hares are larger, faster, and way more muscular. Their ears and hind legs much longer than a rabbit's. Hares are born fully furred and with their eyes open, while baby rabbits, called kits, are born hairless and blind. And here's a fun twist. Rabbits live in underground tunnels called warrens, but hares are above-ground survivalists. No burrows for them, just grassy nests in the open. It's like comparing a house cat to a wild lynx. And speaking of running, hold on to your ears. Hares are some of the fastest land animals for their size, reaching speeds up to 45 miles per hour. That's faster than a car on a city street. Their powerful back legs give them explosive speed and giant leaps of up to 10 feet in a single bound. Now that is what I call a hop. Combine that with lightning reflexes and zigzag movement, and predators don't stand a chance. Let's hop into hare behavior. Hares are usually loners. They prefer solitude except during mating season. But that doesn't mean they're boring. No way. They're most active at dusk and dawn, called crepuscular behavior, when light is low and predators are few. And get this, hares can freeze for long periods to avoid detection. When they do move, they can vanish in a blur. Now that's drama with style. One of the coolest tricks hares have up their fluffy sleeves, changing color with the seasons. Hares that live in snowy climates, like the Arctic or mountain regions, swap their brown summer coats for stunning white winter fur. That's right, they become practically invisible against the snow. This magical makeover is called seasonal molting. It helps them hide from predators like foxes and hawks. Then, when the snow melts, they shed their white coat and go brown again. Talk about a natural camouflage system. Pretty impressive for an animal that doesn't even use a mirror. You might be wondering, how do hares communicate if they don't bark, roar, or chirp? Well, hares are the masters of silent signals. They thump the ground with their strong hind legs to warn others of danger, kind of like a built-in drum alarm. They also use body language, like stiffening their posture, turning their ears, or even stamping one foot to express surprise, curiosity, or a stay-away message. And don't let the silence fool you. Some hares can even growl or squeal when frightened. They've got more to say than you think, just in their own wild language. Hares don't just rely on speed, they've got super senses. Their huge eyes are placed high and wide on their heads, giving them nearly 360-degree vision. That means they can see above tall grass and spot danger from just about any direction. Their nose? Always twitching, because their sense of smell is also off the charts. When wiggling their nose, the hare will expose more scent receptors into the air. The faster the wiggle, the more receptors are exposed. Add in those satellite dish ears and you've got one seriously alert animal. So what fuels all that energy? Hares are herbivores and love munching on grasses, clover, wild herbs, and bark. They'll even nibble twigs and buds during winter. With their strong sniffers, they can locate food sources that are hidden underground and in snow. And here's a wild fact. Like rabbits, hares will sometimes eat their own droppings. But wait, it's not gross. It's actually how they redigest food to pull out all the nutrients. Nature's way of recycling. Now let's talk babies. A female hare called a doe gives birth to baby hares known as leverets. She can have 3 to 4 litters a year, each with 1 to 8 babies. Unlike rabbits, leverets are born fully furred and with eyes wide open. That's because hares nest above ground, and those little ones need to be ready for the real world fast. The pregnancy? Super quick, just around 40 days. The young leverets become independent very quickly, around 3 to 4 weeks, on their way to start their new life adventures. Adult hares usually weigh between 6 and 12 pounds, depending on the species, about the size of a small dog. In the wild, most hares live up to 4 or 5 years, though some can reach 8 with a bit of luck and good hiding spots. They spend their lives constantly alert, darting through the underbrush and soaking up the freedom of the open field. Let's rapid fire some fun facts. Did you know that the term mad as a March hare comes from their wild spring mating dances? Yep, they leap, twist, and box each other with their front paws. So why? During the breeding season, you might see hares boxing. This is usually a female fending off the advances of a male. It's usually asserting her boundaries, not two males fighting. Also, hares are mostly solitary. They don't dig burrows like rabbits do. They make little nests called forms on the ground. And here's one more kicker. The jackrabbit, actually a hare, not a rabbit. From their sky-high ears to their rocket-powered legs, hares are one of nature's coolest, most underrated animals. They're not just fast. They're fierce, fascinating, and full of surprises. So the next time you spot one dashing through a field or sitting still in the grass, give that hare a mental high five. They've earned it. If you enjoyed this video on hares, give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to hop over and subscribe to BearBunk for more awesome animal adventures with us. And remember, hares may look cute, but they're nature's turbocharged hoppers with a wild side. See you next time, and thanks for watching.